Hello. Cloth Fair, east of London's Smithfield, contains the oldest residential buildings in the city. Behind Victorian shop fronts and Georgian brick facades are the timber frames of late Elizabethan houses. The street name derives from the St Bartholomew's Cloth Fair, held annually from 1133 until 1855. A royal charter for the fair was granted by Henry I. It was initially held inside the precincts of the Augustinian Priory to the north of the Church of St Bartholomew the Great, taking place on the eve, the patronal festival and the morrow of the feast day of St Bartholomew on the 24th of August. Attracting international wool and cloth merchants, the event soon outgrew the Priory grounds, spilling out into the surrounding area with traders, craftspeople and dealers in a diverse range of goods setting up their stalls in the cramped medieval streets to take advantage of the opportunity to sell their wares. By the 17th century, the fair had extended from 3 days to 2 weeks. With the introduction of the Gregorian calendar in 1735, the starting date of the fair moved forwards by 11 days, from the 23rd of August to the 3rd of September. By the 19th century, the fair had become more about entertainment than trade, with sideshows and a variety of attractions on offer. Thomas Rowlandson captured the scene in 1807, bustling with street food vendors, liquor stalls, dancing booths, swing boats, prize fights, puppet shows and performing acrobats. Crime and public disorder accompanying the fair became an increasing concern to the city authorities. Attempts to end the event were hampered by the existence of the Royal Charter. Control was reasserted by restricting the fair to its original purpose as a cloth fair only. This led to a gradual decline and a natural end. The last St Bartholomew's Fair took place in 1855. The Priory had been founded in 1123, and royal patronage ensured it thrived throughout the medieval period. When it was dissolved at the Reformation in 1539, the 13 Augustinian canons of St Bartholomew's were given pensions. The attached hospital survived under secular control, run by the city authorities, and was refounded by Henry VIII in 1546. This entrance gate was completed in 1702. The rest of the Priory was bought by Lord Chancellor Sir Richard Rich for £1,064, 11 shillings and threepence. Discounting the capital value of the Priory buildings themselves, the rents from Priory property held elsewhere would have seen the cost recouped in less than 18 months. The nave of the Church of St Bartholomew the Great had been swiftly demolished, but the choir and sanctuary were rescued to serve as a parish church. Rich's grandson Robert Rich inherited in 1581 and built the houses of Cloth Fair in the 1590s. They survived the Great Fire of London in 1666 and are shown on Ogleby and Morgan's map of the rebuilt city, which was drawn around 1677. In the 18th century, they were given new brick facades. Ground floor shop windows were inserted in the 19th century, and this print shows a scene in 1851. By the early 20th century, the houses were in a dilapidated condition. Narrow medieval street dimensions constrained modern sanitation, and demolition threatened. In 1939, 2 architects, Paul Paget and John Seeley, mounted a rescue mission and sensitively restored numbers 41 and 42. In the 1950s, veteran campaigner for the conservation of our architectural heritage, John Betjeman, leased the upstairs of number 43. Numbers 39 to 45 were acquired by building preservation charity the Landmark Trust in 1970, further assuring the future for these historic houses, survivors of both the Great Fire of London and the Blitz. Well, that's the end of this series. I hope you've enjoyed it. We are indebted to the Landmark Trust for their images. The Trust do such a wonderful job in rescuing important buildings and preserving our built heritage, from modest cottages to manor houses and from follies to castles. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons and click on the notification bell to be informed when the next video is available, or you can subscribe by clicking on the rose window over my shoulder.